Hi there. Happy Monday. This is Dr. Shiroko coming to you today live with information about how to keep your kids healthy. Now, we're coming up on fall and school is just starting. And so there's a lot of things that can keep your kids from getting sick from other kids. And I'm going to just lay out some ideas and some suggestions for you that will help them. So I'm Dr. Shiroko, owner of Heart to Heart Medical Center and the author of the book, Healing When It Seems Impossible, 7 Keys to Defy the Odds. And, I mostly don't take care of children, but I have lots of parents who bring their children in when they get sick a lot. And, kids getting sick also causes adults to get sick. So keeping kids healthy in fall and all year round is really a great idea. So first of all, some things that are really obvious is to, of course, make sure that they don't eat sugar. Keeping them away from sugar and processed foods really, really helps kids stay healthy because it helps their immune systems be strong and they're not always reacting to the foods that they eat. And sugar, I love sugar, so I understand that it's hard to keep people away from it, but sugar actually lowers your immunity within the time frame that you are taking it. And it's kind of like, I don't know if you ever heard, like when you smoke a cigarette, there's these tiny little hairs in your respiratory tract. They start out here in your nose. They're tiny, tiny, tiny little hairs that are microscopic. And they go all the way down to your lungs. And when you smoke a cigarette, those little hairs get paralyzed. And so that anything that could come in, like a bacteria or a virus or something, comes in when you breathe after you have had a cigarette. Well, sugar does the same thing to your immune system, where it kind of paralyzes your immune system for a period of time after you've had it. And so keeping kids off of sugar and keeping all of us off of sugar, especially really high sugar foods, is really valuable. So you always want to look at the ingredients on anything that you buy that has, like sugar in it. And you look at the list of ingredients and it'll say less than 5, you want less than 5 grams of sugar in any item. And you don't want to really take more than a few grams of sugar a day if you can avoid it. And then the second thing, of course, is getting outside and spending time in the sun. Now, not hours and hours in the sun, but at least a little bit of time outside every day is really valuable for your immune system and for your health. And play time and active time, those are really important things to have kids be healthy and happy. And then the going outside, of course, will give them vitamin D. So you've probably noticed that if your kids are at home all the time, they don't really enjoy it, especially during, bad weather times. They don't enjoy being indoors all day long. So as soon as the weather gets better, they come back outside and they start to play. And that is what kids should be doing. Lots of laughter, lots of fun, lots of enjoyment is also really valuable for children. Now, I'm going to talk about, because sometimes kids don't want to eat their vegetables. So, of course, you want to give kids healthy food, but sometimes they just don't want to eat it. So I've created a list of supplements that will help kids have all of the nutrients that they need in order to get those nutrients in case they don't want to eat the foods that you want them to eat, the healthy foods that you want them to eat. So I'm going to put them in the comments here, right here. Yeah. And then I'll put them in the comments later in case that didn't show up. And then also right here is a link to the list of supplements that it's just 3. There's omegas and a multivitamin and a tincture, a liquid tincture that will help. It's an organic herbal tincture that will help prevent kids from getting sick. So I'm going to tell you how to use those things now. So first of all, a multivitamin gives them the basics, the B vitamins and the basic minerals that are needed for healthy growth and happy mood and balance and things like that. These are chewable and they actually taste pretty good. We've tested them on the children in our practice and some of the grown people in our practice, and they're tasty and they're easy to take. So, you may have a hard time getting your kid not to take it. I'm going to talk a little bit about omegas, because omegas are really, really, really important for children especially, but all of us. Omegas, so those are omega-3 fatty acids. They come from certain foods. A lot of them come from seafood or from whole grains and nuts and seeds, especially seeds. Like walnuts have omega-3, and omega-3 is important for your immune system, your hormones, and your nervous system. So especially for children, if they have a difficult time learning or behaving, there have been studies that show that like children, even with children with autism, when they're given the right kinds of omega-3 fatty acids, those are fats, they start to change in their behavior. They start to function better because their brain starts to function better. I actually think that omegas are vitally important during pregnancy so that the child's brain and nervous system develop properly. So it's one of the most important supplements. Like if you were just going to give anybody one supplement, probably omega-3s would be the one, because again, it helps your hormones, your nervous system, and your immune system function well. And it protects those systems as they develop in children. Vitamin D, of course, is also important, and that is in the multi that I'm prescribing in this little protocol that I created for you. So vitamin D also helps your nervous system, your hormones, and your immune system. And if you know me or follow me, you know that I talk about this thing that I call the triangle of wellness, that in any situation that's mysterious or undiagnosed or hard to figure out, the three main building blocks for a healthy body are your immune system, your nervous system, and your hormones. Everybody has those three things. And it comes from my years of doing both Chinese and Western medicine and bringing those two systems together so that, again, immune system, nervous system, and hormones. When those systems are functioning at their optimal, everything else can heal. Your body has the tools that it needs in order to heal. So the supplements that I'm prescribing here are to help those systems be in balance. And the final product that is in my little protocol is an herbal formula that has echinacea and astragalus. In Chinese medicine, astragalus is an herb that helps the immune system be strong. And it is an herb that you can actually take all the time. Like if you were to get it out separately, then it's an herb that a child can take all winter long, because it's one of those herbs that doesn't cause harm if you take it too much. Now, unfortunately, other herbs like echinacea shouldn't be taken all the time. So this tincture that I'm proposing is really for if a child gets exposed to somebody who's sick, or if they are sick, you give it to them sort of at the beginning of being sick. You give them, and on the bottle, there's a list of how much per child's weight, so if it's a small child, you just give a little bit. If it's a bigger child, you give them a little bit more. When kids start being teenagers, they can start taking adult dosages of supplements, so they don't need to be on kid doses anymore when they start to be like 14, 15, 16, like that, depending on their size. So those three supplements, omegas, a multivitamin, a good multivitamin, and a healthy diet, all together will help produce ongoing sort of baseline health. But also, if you need it, there's a tincture of immune supporting herbs in case a child starts getting sick. So, and then the other thing that I want to talk about is acupuncture for children, because a lot of people think that acupuncture might not be a good thing. And I never, when I talk to parents about giving their children acupuncture, I never force a child to have needles. I have a lot of ways of giving stimulus to the correct points without needles. So first of all, I have this magic wand. This is actually a crystal, a selenite crystal, and it's nice and smooth and soft, and kids just love it. And so I can do acupressure on certain points just using this wand, and there are certain points that you can also do for a child. One of the things that's really, really helpful is when a child is having a hard time calming down or relaxing, is to massage their ear. And I always say that the ear, in Chinese medicine, the ear, it looks like an upside down fetus. So here's the head and here's the spine. And in here are all the internal organs. That down here at the bottom is the immune system organs. And then here, this is where the nose and the throat and, the things that are in the head are. And you can rub a child's ear. First of all, you can just gently rub the outer rim of a child's ear, and that will calm them down. Like, you can just massage their outer ear. This actually works for grown-ups and pets as well if you want to use it. You just gently massage the outer ear to help calm the nervous system. But if a child is getting sick, you can kind of massage this area. You might find some spots that are a little bit tender. And a spot that feels a little bit tender is actually a good spot because it'll communicate with that organ that's connected to it and will help it work or get the information that it needs in order to heal. You can also, again, use certain stimulus, like you can gently massage here. This is for a kid or for a person with a stuffy nose or a headache. You can also massage it with your thumb, like this. It's this point right here. You can massage that stuffy nose or headache that's right here. And that will help, the immune system get stronger. And then right here, this point right here, kind of at there's the wrist bone, and it's hard to see this on me because it's on camera, but it's right at like if you come down at the base of the thumb, there's like a little like a dent, and then it comes out into a bigger spot on the wrist bone. And right there, that's an immune building point. And you can massage there on your child or on yourself to help your immune system. At this point says it relieves the exterior. And in Chinese medicine, when you get sick, the exterior is how it comes in. So infections come in from outside your body, like viruses or bacteria or bad foods, whatever. They come in from outside your body and they enter. Actually, they enter up here, but you don't need to know that right now. But you can just press on this point right here and help relieve that. I also want to show you some little tools that I use, again, with children or people who are super sensitive to needles. I use these little tiny needles that I tape on. And they don't hurt and they don't cause any, scary sensations. And so you can put these on certain acupuncture points and they can be used to stimulate this. And now you can't do that, I do that. But if you were to come see an acupuncturist, you might be able to use something like this. And then I also just want to show you what needles look like, because again, children are scared of needles and some adults are scared of needles. And I just want to show you the difference between a needle that draws your blood or gives you a medication and an acupuncture needle. So the needles that give you medication or draw blood, they're hollow. And they have a bevel so that they cut into your skin. So they're cutting into the fabric of your tissue. And that can be painful, obviously, because it's cutting, right? Well, the acupuncture needles look like this. So I don't know if you can see that. I'm putting it up to the camera. There. Do you see this? See how fine it is? It's like a hair. There's a good view of how that looks. And you see how fine it is? Like they're this... I'm touching the tip of the needle right there. See how delicate it is and small, and we put that in the skin. Now I don't particularly want to, because I've touched this, but all I do is I put that, tap it into your skin, and you can almost not even feel it. And children, of course, again, are more sensitive to that sort of thing. So when I do acupuncture on children, I use very few needles. They respond really, really quickly. And it's amazing how quickly they get better when given the right kind of treatment and the right input. I hope you found this helpful, and if you have any questions, please post them in the chat or in the comments. I'm always happy to answer questions, and I hope you have a fabulous day and that you have healthy, happy children as much as possible. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.